All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the big one. RFK Jr. has dropped the hammer on Somali fraud in Minnesota, stating that they will be ending all Medicaid, Medicare, medical payments for childcare in the state, stopping it, freezing it entirely. This is what's going to devastate the entire Somali fraud industry. We've done a ton of research on this, and all of these childcare payments comes from a subsection of HHS in their Medicaid and Medicare services that indicates that they will be paying on a federal basis for disadvantaged children's child care. Now, there's a couple problems with this. One, if all the Somalis are on welfare, none of them work. By the way, all the data shows this. None of them work. There's 89% of the Somali families are on welfare. Why do they need child care anyway? And all the evidence points to they don't need child care, actually. They're with their kids all day long. The entire system is totally and completely fraudulent. We have video proving that. But obviously, these fraudulent daycares then get these massive payoffs because nobody goes and checks. So HHS and RFK Jr. finally dropped the hammer and said, we are going to demand that before any dollars go to any state, that everything is locked up, that you have proof of these services that you are providing. And this has been the major problem. They've just been handing out free money. This happened during COVID. And that is going to...
Hi, I'm Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and I'm here to introduce a film called Medical Racism, the New Apartheid, that my group, Children's Health Defense, made in conjunction with a number of civil rights groups and groups that advocate for the
My name is Faisal Ahmed. My child for Salma, she's 14. Kausar, she's like 13. And Hamza is 12. Abdurrahman is 11. Anissa, she's 6. 3. And Mu'at.
There was a missile outbreak around 2 years ago, I believe. And a lot of Somali kids were in daycares. And the missile outbreak happened inside the daycares. So they forced people to get shots. Otherwise, they won't go to daycare, they won't go to schools.
A measles outbreak is spreading in the Twin Cities. The health department announced 5 new cases. That means at least 8 children ages 4 and under have gotten sick in Hennepin County. 6 of them had to stay in the hospital. None of the kids were vaccinated against measles. Most are Somali Minnesotans. The health department says that community has been targeted with misinformation about vaccine risks. So it's working to alert families to the outbreak.
I believe in my heart, artistic cause from... Even my son, when he was 1, he was high function, a normal child. When he got his 15-month shots, that's when he stopped talking. He started shaking his hands and just not moving, not even no eye contact, nothing. There's a big number of autistic in Somali community. Like almost every family, every other family have a 1 child or 2 child. And there's nothing like that back home.
For the Minneapolis Somali community, autism is a foreign concept.
We don't even have a word for autism in our language. So this is something very hard for this community to understand.
Oh my God, a lot of challenges. He's a runner. He will leave the house, so constantly my heart is like, whenever I'm out of the house, if I even go food shopping, I'm thinking about, is he home safe? So I have to call the house like every 5 minutes. Abdurrahman inside the house. We have locks in front of our doors. Make sure he does not leave the house.
Ikram Mohammed is a Somali-American mother of 5 children. 4 have received the MMR vaccine, but she waited until they were older. Mohammed doesn't plan to vaccinate her 5-year-old until he starts school in the fall.
There is this big decision to make. You know, are you going to choose to take the risk to vaccinate and get this long-term chronic illness? Or are you going to take the risk of trying to do everything that you can in your power to prevent your child from getting the measles? And it's a very hard choice.
I feel guilty. I feel like I shouldn't do more research on the shots before I give it to him. I feel like when I heard someone say my child have autism, I should ask what happened, how did this happen? I heard my cousins or my aunt, they would say, but I just thought something just happened to them, but I never asked them any questions.
So I think the Somali community felt, hold it, don't tell us what to do. teach us why you want us to try to gain a different perspective.
And that's one of
But the data showed that everybody with a high dose had a side effect.
Yeah, but some of that is not dramatic, where it's just super painful. But yes, we need to make sure there's not severe side effects. The FDA.
I can't really look into Bill Gates' head and tell you why he does what he does, but I can tell you that there's a pattern. WHO has a $5.6 billion budget. And Gates, by investing roughly $1 billion in a year, essentially gains control over that entire budget.